Now this is a good one. I wonder if we can find the similar clauses in our constitution. Oh, but we can dream, can't we? The impossible dream.
What's up? You want to know how to impeach the President of the United States? I'll get the board. Purely a lesson on constitutional structure. Can't have a jacket on for this. Here we go. Presidential impeachment. And specifically, we're going to talk about the U.S. of A. So this is a two-step constitutional process in which they investigate, they charge, and potentially remove the president right out from office. By the scruff of his neck, I think they do. Step one happens in the House of Representatives. And it's here where the indictment takes place. 3 steps to the indictment. First, there's an inquiry. This is put on by a House committee, usually the Judiciary Committee, to investigate possible wrongdoings of the President of the United States. They're looking for evidence of misconduct. Next, articles of impeachment. It's here that if enough evidence is found, they will draft articles of impeachment detailing the charges against the President of the United States. Want to know the possible charges? Treason, bribery, and high crimes and misdemeanors. Wasn't that last one a movie I thought was really good? And shouldn't they all be impeached for this bribery thing? I mean, it seems like it is constant. Do this, or I'll do that, or I'll do this. It's constant, guys. And finally, still in the House, you have the actual vote. To successfully impeach a president, all you need is a simple majority of the House of Representatives members. So, in the House, there are 435 members. All you need is 50% plus 1, in order to actually impeach. You guys go ahead and do that math for me. You use your calculator, but you are right. It would be 218 votes. Now, 3 presidents, one of them a few times, have actually been impeached according to this methodology. Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Trump. And I just can't help myself. Andrew Johnson was impeached for removing somebody from office under the Tenure of Office Act, in which he overstepped his executive lines to switch up office officials. That seems to happen all the time now, doesn't it? You think you know why Bill Clinton was impeached, but it wasn't about the affair, it wasn't about the abuse of power, it wasn't about the harassment of a subordinate so woefully out of power. It was because he lied about it under oath. That's why he was impeached. If he would have just said, yeah, I did it, nothing would have happened. Trump's first impeachment came with an abuse of power charges. He was pressuring Zelensky to interfere and to investigate his political rival, Joe Biden. And then a secondary charge of obstruction of Congress was thrown on because then he tried to pressure people not to do the first pressuring in the first place. His second impeachment, incitement of an insurrection. We all know how that one played out. Sounds like a justified system, but just wait until the next phase of this. While it's driving. Pez? Just me? All right. The impeachment is just forcing the trial. It's not a verdict. We gotta go to the Senate for that. Second phase is the Senate. This is where the trial actually happens. So how is the trial set up? So here, the members of the House act as the prosecution, the president gets a defense, and the Supreme Court justice presides over the whole case. Here's where it gets partisan. They make the case to the jury, which is made up of the 100 senators. Oh, don't worry. All senators are sworn to an oath to remain neutral and objective during this trial. They're not allowed to use any partisan partisanship to shape their view and their decision. And in order to convict, they're going to need a 2/3 majority or 67 senators voting to convict. Andrew Johnson actually got the closest. He was 1 vote from actually being convicted and removed from office. There's also a final stage that we've never gotten to because we've never gotten through this, called disqualification. There's only one S, Joanna. Should have left it in there for all those people that love it when I spell things wrong. I got carried away. Now a disqualification vote takes place after the conviction, in which the Senate gets together and by a simple majority can hold that individual, that president that has just been convicted, can never hold office again. Now I'm going to say something controversial. Are you ready? I think there's 2 reasons that this has never followed through, that the United States government has never successfully impeached, convicted, and removed a president from office. The first one is partisanship. They never had the 67 votes. They never had the power to bounce him out of office, number 1. But I think number 2 is equally as important. I don't know if the structure of the government could withstand the reality of a president getting to power, abusing his power to the level of high crimes and misdemeanors, kicking him out of office, and really shaking the foundation of what it is to be president. Because those checks and balances should have long existed, should have preempted the president being allowed to do such a thing. And if they admit ever that a president got away with it, I don't know if the system survives. And the system doesn't survive, none of them have jobs anymore.
Way things are going over there. I reckon I'd be pretty close on pulling that off now. Oh, wouldn't it be good if we could do that? Any real proper constitutional experts want to investigate into that, on how it's actually done, rather than just writing letters to the Governor General? That'd be great.